Okay, so I have gotten the other signature built for the second journal, and I'm waiting on a phone call. So I just did this really quickly. This is just a brown acrylic paint with a black acrylic paint that I brayered over, and then I just took a paper towel and mopped up the extra paint because it ended up being a little too heavy. I just really wasn't happy with it. And I'm still not happy with this, but this I'm gonna let dry for a little while. And then actually I'm gonna take my heat gun to it. So I really wanna try to get these covers done today. So anyway, I have to figure out what image I want on the front, and I have to make do with what I have because I'm out of ink, and I thought I had a color and a black, but I don't. I have two blacks. So I have to order ink before I can print anything else. So that's actually really great because it's just gonna make me use what I have, which is fine. That's the goal. So I don't really want to print anymore. I have lots of fun stuff to use. And anyway, so I'm going to dry this, and then I'll come back when I determine what my next step is going to be. I'm thinking maybe I want to make a little bit of a dark orange to put over, or even a dark red, a really dark red, just to give it a little bit of vibrancy. And I'll probably end up using some gesso too, and then see what we want as our focal point on the front, which I will do once I've sewn the signatures in. But I'm gonna get this dry and then get another layer on here and let that dry. Pick my fabric for the inside, so then once everything's dry I can sew the fabric in, get the signatures sewn in, and then we will do the fronts. So I'll be back. Okay, so I got that dry, and I got my black out and just some red here. And what I'm going to do is just create a dark red. This is called red apple, but it's pretty bright. So I'm just gonna take one drop of black and just darken that up just a little bit and see what we get. So I'm really not prepared. I'm not really set up for this because, as usual, I have a pile on my table that's kind of gonna avalanche. And, oh, that's giving me a good red. All right, so let's see. More like a maroon burgundy type color, which is what I really wanted. Just not overly bright. So let's see what we can just kind of get going here. Oh, that's a great rich color. Really like that a lot. And you know what? That may be my final paint layer. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. And I went with acrylics on the front. I was thinking about using the inks, but I just find that by mixing the acrylics, I'm able to kind of play with a color palette a little bit better than with the inks. And most of my inks are oxides, and I don't have like a dark red like this. Both of my reds are a little bit brighter. I do have an archival, but it's the plum, and so that's not really what I'm wanting for the color palette. So I'm gonna let this dry, or get this dry, check my time because I have a set time. It's on the next, when I come back I'll tell you. I have to fix my laptop. I had to order an external drive for it, and then I had to get an adapter because it's got the Thunderbolt adapter or plug, and that's not what the drive had. So all kinds of fun stuff. So I do have a little bit of paint left here on my side over here, so I'm just gonna spray that with some water, and I'm gonna grab a piece of paper of some sort here, and I'm just gonna mop that up so that way I'll get this fantastic, let's see, this is a book that I've stenciled in, and anyway, so I'm just gonna tear out a page here. Dark Eyes, that's a cool name. And I'm going to mop it up. See what we can get. Oh, that's cool. Cool, cool. So anyway, all right. I feel like I'm talking 100 miles an hour, and I could very well be. I've been in appointments all morning and just been a busy morning, just trying to do life and some stuff, and so I'm just kind of frazzled. I'm really wanting to get these fall journals. I'm hoping to complete them tonight. That's really my goal. Oh, is that pretty? Okay. waste that paint. I managed a really cool color there. So let's see what we can do with that page. I'm sure it will play into some color scheme of something that we're doing, right? Okay. Oh, pretty, pretty. Don't overdo. All right, mop the rest of that up, and I'll be back. Okay. Okay, so that's dry. I still have a couple minutes, so I just want to keep working. Now I've gotten a gold, and I just want to kind of go over this with some gold. And I'm just going to put this directly on my brayer, I think, and see what happens. Maybe that wasn't a good idea, but it's just paper, right? We can always cover it. All right. So I hope you guys are doing well. It's beautiful here today. Like I said, I've just been running around kind of like a crazy person today with appointments and trying to take care of some stuff. Ooh, I think that's gonna be pretty. And anyway. Oh, okay. Well, that was abrupt. My son called and sorry. Anyway, okay, so I've got the gold on there. I really like the shimmer and shine. So I think I might just leave it at that. What we may end to see, yeah, I like those colors. Oh, I can't show you that page. That's the one I just finished that I haven't. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. And then for covers, like I have this really sweet little kid here. Yeah. Oh, I think that would be really cute. And that was a journaling card, but I think I'm going to use that for the front of one. And then I have this that I think I'm going to cut down and use for the cover on the other one. So I think I have my covers figured out. Let this dry and come back and see where we're at with it. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, after auditioning multiple fall fabrics, I have decided on this one. I have enough to do both, and I have laid them both in here, and I really like the colors. This little gold color pulls this flower, and then the reds pull and just the golds, and I like it. My other one was this one, because this one matches this almost perfectly, but it's a little too busy and too bright, so I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with this one. I think it'll be pretty. And then what I was also thinking was I was going to cut the end off, but when I kind of stick this in here and then fold that around, I really like how that makes almost like a wallet. And so I think I'm gonna go with that. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just going to use my PVA glue, and I'm gonna brush glue on the inside, and I'm gonna lay the fabric. I know it's wrinkly, but as we glue it and lay it, it will smooth out and dry. And then once I know it's completely dry, I'm gonna take it to my sewing machine and stitch all the way around. I'm gonna put grommet here, so I am going to reinforce this just to make sure that that's sturdy enough to hold and be that flap for us. So what I want to do is just, I'm gonna glue this when I'm gluing with the PVA and just make it part of it. I'm gonna so I'll put that in on both of them to stay. I mean, it's substantial because I did glue so much and with the layers of acrylic, but I just want to make sure that when we put the eyelet in there that it's going to hold. So I'm gonna do that and I'll be back. I know we've got some shade going on now because the sun's shifting. Okay, so I got it sewn, and I'm sure that's difficult to see, so I'm gonna let the sun shift some more. I'm still waiting on the apple call. Anyway, so that, and then I'm gonna do something with this. I don't know what yet. I need a doily, I think, to put behind there and break that up. But anyway, and then that's gonna flap over, and then a tie will go around, and that will be, the signature will be stitched in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew the other one and get it trimmed down. Some of these edges are kind of rough, and that's okay with me. Hopefully it's okay with the recipient, but I mean, there's always room to adjust if you're the person who ends up with this journal and gives it its forever home, or you're gifting it. I mean, these pull, and they'll only pull as far as where the sewing is. So I thought that kind of added to the rustic feel of the journal. Anyway, so I'm gonna do that. I'm going to get the signature sewn in and then see what the sun is like. I may just go ahead and embellish and do the final flip through regardless. You know what? I'm just going to do that. Let me just do that off screen. I'm going to get the other one sewn. I'm going to get the fronts done, and then the next video will be the final flip through of both of the journals so you can see the completed project, and that will give us time for the sun to go down and for the lighting to be better, because I know how hard this is to see. I was watching a video the other day, and I'm apologizing for the sun myself, but she just kept going with the video and it was really hard to see what she was doing. So anyway, I'll just consider this segment an update. One is sewn and trimmed, and I will sit and fray this if the woman from Apple ever calls me while I'm talking to her and waiting on my computer to do what it needs to do. I'll get the other one sewn and trimmed up, get them embellished, and then the next video will be the final flip through. So thank you for joining me. I will talk to you soon. Bye.